Most of what we do on a daily basis is completely automatic. Just like brushing your teeth in the morning, you don't even think about it. And most of the time, you don't even realize that you are doing it. This is especially true with how you handle your money, and that is exactly why most people stay broke. In this video, I am going to talk about 8 money habits that are keeping you poor and stressed out. Before I recognized these 8 bad money habits, I was always in debt and had trouble saving a single cent. But once I realized what I was doing, I started replacing bad money habits with good ones immediately. That is exactly what helped me pay off $80,000 of student loans in just a few years of hard work. It allowed me to finally start investing my money so that I could work smarter, not harder. Your habits have ripple effects that get compounded over time, and they ultimately determine who you become. They determine whether you will end up wealthy and free or poor and stuck in a cubicle forever. That is why it is super important to recognize any bad money habits you have early on and kill them. So hit that like button and let us get started on fixing your financial life right now. Money habit number 1 is paying yourself last. And this is the biggest mistake you can make here, is what I mean. As soon as you get paid, you pay your rent, your phone bill, and your gym. You go out to dinner, you buy something nice for yourself, and you plan to save what is left. The problem is that there is never any money left to save at the end of the month. Is there people who get ahead financially do the exact opposite? They pay themselves first every single time. That means before they pay bills or give money to everyone else, they put a portion into their own pockets. They put that money into a brokerage account or a high-yield savings account before the bank can touch it. They prioritize making themselves richer versus making the landlord or the credit card company richer. People who are good at saving money all understand something called Parkinson's law. Parkinson's law is the principle that demands will always expand to consume all available resources. If you have a week to finish a project, you take the whole week and you are probably pretty lazy. If you have just 1 hour to finish that same project, you will be super focused and still get it done. Work expands to consume all available time, and it is the exact same situation with your money. Your spending will expand to consume all available money, whether you have $100 or $100,000. Your expenses will keep increasing to consume every dollar that you have sitting in that checking account. That is why making more and more money isn't always the answer if your habits are still trash. Saving money after you do all your spending is just not going to work because the money will be gone. You have to treat saving money like a mandatory bill that you owe to your future self. As soon as you get paid, commit to setting aside 10% or whatever percentage you can handle. Put that towards your VU or VTI investments and then just learn to live on whatever is left if you want to stop letting money slip through your fingers. Give up money habit number 1 for good. The next money habit to give up is trying to keep up with friends who have expensive tastes. Do you have friends who always want you to go to expensive restaurants and shopping trips? If you have friends with bigger budgets than yours, it is okay to be authentic and tell them the truth. Just say, hey, I can do that right now because I am working towards some big financial goals. If they are real friends, they will understand, and they might even respect you for having a backbone. Trying to keep up with everyone around you is a guaranteed way to end up broke and in debt. This includes friends in real life as well as the fake people you see on your social media feed. The reality is the average American has very little in savings and $38,000 in debt. Not including mortgages, a lot of what you see in terms of amazing lifestyles on Instagram is often just a total illusion. I personally know someone who is always posting photos of herself traveling to exotic locations. It looks like she has this glamorous life, but she has $20,000 in credit card debt and 0 savings. Don't be fooled, chasing experiences just to look good. To strangers is a recipe for a financial disaster. Would you rather look rich to people you don't even like, or would you actually rather be rich? If you dream about becoming financially independent, you have to stop caring what everyone else thinks. No one else is going to make your retirement happen for you. It is all on your shoulders. Don't be afraid to turn down invitations or suggest cheaper activities like a hike or a home-cooked meal. Chances are, people will respect you for having your priorities straight, and you might even inspire them. The third money habit to give up is putting everything on your credit card just for the rewards. Don't get me wrong, I love my United Explorer card and I haven't paid for a flight in years. But oftentimes, people end up spending way more on their credit card than they would have otherwise. That basically just cancels out all the benefits of having those 2% cash back or travel miles. I am guilty of this too. Sometimes I justify a purchase because I tell myself, hey, at least I get miles. This is a very slippery slope that leads to a $3,000 balance that you can pay off at the end of the month. Ever since I realized this pattern, I stopped putting every single small item on my credit card for everyday small things, like a $6 coffee. I just pay for it with my debit card or cold hard cash. If there is a purchase over $100, I put it on the card for the miles, but I pay it off immediately. I literally open the app and pay the balance within seconds of making the purchase. That forces me to only buy things I can actually afford to pay for in cash right now. Before I did it this way, I would rack up a balance and be shocked at how much I spent. Putting things on plastic makes you spend mindlessly, especially if you are chasing points. Only use that rewards card if you have the cash in your account to cover it 10 times over. Money habit number 4 is having disorganized finances and keeping your head in the sand. If you have credit cards open everywhere and student loans with balances you haven't checked in a year, you are basically sabotaging yourself because you are too afraid to look at the scoreboard. There are so many awesome apps out there that make it super easy to track all your financial stuff. I used to use Mint, but now I prefer using a detailed spreadsheet because I am a total finance nerd. I look at my spreadsheet every single month to update my net worth and track my progress. Not only is this hugely motivating, but it forces me to keep my finances organized and clean. I know exactly where every single dollar is at all times, and that gives me massive peace of mind. Something that also helps is choosing one financial institution that offers everything you need. The fewer usernames and passwords you have to keep track of, the better your life will be. I keep most of my investment accounts and my Roth IRA at Fidelity so I can see it all in one place, whether you use Fidelity, Vanguard, or Schwab. Just pick one and consolidate your messy accounts. It really isn't too hard to stay organized once you get over the initial fear of looking at the numbers. It might be a humbling and sobering moment, but you can get to where you want to be if you are lost. Give up the habit of staying confused about your money and start looking at your numbers regularly. Money habit number 5 is numbing yourself to debt because society tells you it is normal. We live in a world where practically everyone has debt, and it has become a total status symbol. It is normal for someone in their 20s to have $50,000 in student loans and a $600 car payment, but just because everyone else is drowning doesn't mean you should jump into the water too. When I was applying to colleges, I could have gone to USC on a full ride for my tuition, but I chose NYU because I wanted the New York experience even though I didn't get scholarships. I don't have regrets because I loved NYU, but I signed away my life to loans when I was 18. I didn't even think twice about it because debt is so normalized in our modern culture. Bottom line, do not get into debt if you don't have to, and pay for things in cash whenever possible. Don't get a car loan for a brand new car when a 5-year-old Toyota works just as well. Don't get a mortgage if you are still paying off $40,000 in student loans at 7% interest. America is wealthy, yet it is considered okay to have massive loads of high-interest debt. The status quo is to live with debt, but you should never settle for being just like everyone else. Money habit number 6 is paying extra fees simply due to a total lack of planning. I used to be the queen of buying $10 drugstore umbrellas because I never checked the weather. I would get caught in the rain, buy an umbrella, and then add it to my pile of 10 umbrellas at home. Not planning in advance always ends up costing you money in small, annoying ways. It could be taking an Uber because you woke up late, or paying an overdraft fee because you didn't check. It could be paying 25% interest on a credit card because you didn't have an emergency fund ready. If you are always buying things you already own or paying interest fees, you are bleeding cash. Take 5 minutes to plan your week, check your account balances, and leave a little buffer time. Even a tiny bit of planning will save you thousands of dollars over the course of a year. Having money in the bank is what actually allows you to live a spontaneous and fun life. Money habit number 7 is paying way too much in taxes because you aren't using the rules. Taxes are going to be the single biggest expense in your entire lifetime, so pay attention. Most people think tax loopholes are only for the rich, but they are available to you too. If you have a 401k through your employer, that is a direct way to reduce your taxable income. The HSA is another incredible way to save on taxes while investing for your future health. Everyone is eligible to open an IRA, whether it is a traditional one or a beautiful Roth IRA. These accounts shelter your dividends and your capital gains from the government's hands. If you aren't using these accounts, you are essentially giving the IRS a tip they didn't ask for. Learn the basic rules of the tax game so you can keep more of what you actually earn. Bad money habit. Number 8 is putting off investing until you have more money. This is a never-ending cycle of procrastination that will keep you working until you are 80. There will always be a reason why you can invest, like not enough time or not enough knowledge. But the longer you wait, the harder you have to work to reach the same level of freedom. Someone who starts investing at 20 can be a millionaire by 50 by investing a relatively small amount. If they wait until 30 to start, they have to invest almost twice as much to hit that same goal. The sooner you start, the more the heavy lifting is done by compounding, not by your labor. Even if it is just $50 a month, open that brokerage account and buy some VU today. Don't wait for the perfect time or a bigger paycheck because that day might never come. I have a ton of tutorials on this channel that will show you exactly how to pick an index fund. Set aside one weekend to learn the basics and get started. Your future self will thank you. Investing is not about deprivation, it is a form of self-care for the person you will become. If you recognize yourself in any of these habits, don't beat yourself up about it. Most of us didn't learn this in school, and we certainly didn't learn it from our parents. People with good money habits usually learn them the hard way by making massive mistakes. I am definitely not perfect, and I still have to remind myself of these rules all the time. It is all about having the awareness to see if your actions are bringing you closer to your goals. It is never too late to replace a bad habit with a good one and improve your relationship with money. If you want to keep this momentum going, make sure to check out my other videos on the channel. Please like this video if it helped you, and I hope you will subscribe to join our community. I post new money and investing content every week to help you get ahead. I'll see you in the next one. Stay smart and keep those habits in check. Peace.